Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be discussing about basics of business rules and some of the concepts regarding that, and also some interview questions which are usually asked around business rules. So let's get started. This is my trial instance which I created in my previous video. So from here, we will navigate to the solutions part. So let's go to advanced settings. After advanced settings, we can go to solutions, and here I already created an unmanaged solution with my publisher business rules demo for the business rule demo purpose. Okay, so from here, this is the Dynamics 365 solution view. We can also use the Power Apps solution viewer where we can see that business rules demo is there. I've already added the lead table. So if I click on the lead table, you will see that we have columns, relationships, business rules, views, forms, dashboards, all the uh, attributes of a table. So if you go ahead and create a business rule from the table itself, the scope which will be set to entity. So basically, uh, we will discuss about scope further in further detail in the video. If we create a business rule from the form, the scope would be set to that particular form itself. So let's create a business rule and then see. So if you see, I didn't change the scope at all, but it is already set to entity as I open it directly from the table. If I will open the business rule from a form, the scope would be set to that particular form. So you can see there are form, information form, lead inside, sales inside, lead, and all forms. So the difference between all forms and entity is that if you do an action which will trigger your business rule from outside web applications like portals or any other, then also this particular business rule would trigger. But if it is all forms, it will only trigger for the forms which are available in your instance. And these are for particular forms. Now it is entity. Let's keep it that way. So let's first see the scenario what we are considering here. So leads have a type field basically. So on that type field, we will show or hide a field and make it business required. So here you can see we have type item based, work based, service based. So if it is work based, I'll only show business phone and I'll make it a mandatory field. If it is item based or service maintenance board, I will make the mobile phone field appear and make it business required. So let's implement this in our canvas. So this is the view. So first thing to take care is of your business rule name. Never forget to change your business rule name. So I'll name it as phone number hide show. Okay. So if you don't change your name, it will be like a new business rule when you save it, and it will appear as new business rule in your solution, and you'll not be able to distinguish between your business rules. So then first step is a condition. So we'll go ahead and we'll change the name of the condition. Check type, and the entity is lead. Its source is entity. Field is type. And as soon as I choose type, we can see that as it is an option set, we are able to see the values of that particular option set. Now we will choose the work based, and on the work based we will show the business phone, and we will make it mandatory, and we will make the other field non-mandatory and hide it. So do take care when we are showing and hiding fields. If we hide a business required field, that would create a problem as it is not visible on the form, but it is a required field, so it will not let you save your form. So do take care on that part. Once you have checked this and your condition is ready, remember to click on apply. Once you click on apply, you can see in the text view of the business rule that it is telling if type equals work based, then. Okay, let's add the then. Then what we need to do is we need to set the visibility. Okay, I dragged it. I can add it show business phone. Okay, I'll go for business phone, set visible yes, and then again press on apply. So it is saying if type equals work based, then show field business phone. That is what we wanted. And I'll also set it business required. So again, set BR business phone. Okay. Then I'll again choose the business phone and I'll set it as business required. And again, we have to click on apply. As soon as I click on apply, you can see that it is saying if type equals work based, set business phone as business required. Okay. Now let's do if conditions we have defined, and then we will define the else conditions as well. Now in the else part again we will set visibility. What we'll do is if it is not work based basically, then what we need to do, we need to hide the business phone field. It should not be visible. Else hide field business. I have not given the name, so I'll give the name hide business phone. Okay, now it is showing in our canvas also that the name of this action is hide business phone. Then I'll add a business required action again, and it would be set not business required for business phone. I'll again choose business phone and I'll make it as not business required. So as I will hide it and I'll making it non-business required, it will not create any problem for me. So for the other scenario also we can cover. For now, I will only show it on a single field. Let's save it. So once we save it, we can see that Dynamics will validate your business flow. So if your validation passes, only then it will get saved. And after saving, you can see that it is not yet activated. It is in draft state as we can see. So let's wait for a moment. It is loading. Okay, as it is taking time here, let's close it. And on the screen where we added the business rule, we have the business rule in deactivated state. Let's select this again. Once it opens up, we will activate the business rule and we will check it on our form. So now we have the business rule load saved, and we can see that we have a button for activating the business rule. We will go ahead, we will click on activate. So once it gets activated, we can see the functionality on the lead form. So if we go, as of now, we don't have the functionality. Business phone is always visible. Let's wait for it to become activated. So I'll click on activate button. As soon as I click on activate, it will get activated in a few seconds. So now it is activated. We can see here it is showing the status as activated. Now I'll go to my form. I will refresh the page. Once it refresh, then we can see the business rule in function. Now the form is loaded. So now as it is work based, we can see that business phone is mandatory. Earlier it was not mandatory field. Now I will choose item based. We can see that business phone field is hidden, and even if I try to save, I am able to save because while hiding the field, I have made it as non-mandatory. So this is the basic demonstration of a business rule. Now let's discuss on some of the commonly asked questions on this. Okay, so first one is you have created a business rule and activated it, but when you perform the action where business rule should fire, it does not fire. What can be the possible reason? So the possible reason here could be that you created the business rule from a form and you are trying to test it on another form. So basically the scope could be different. One possibility is that scope is different. It is not set to all forms or the form where you are trying to do it. The other possibility could be that the business rule is in deactivated state. Okay. And another one could be that you are setting the field using a JavaScript, so it will not fire the business rule. So these are the three possibilities which can be answered. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Can we use show hide business rule for Canvas apps? The answer is no. We cannot use show hide and enable disable for our Canvas apps. We can use other functionalities, but this is a limitation. You can also refer Microsoft documents for this. Another question around business rules is, can we use business rules on multi-select option set? Then again, answer here is no. We cannot use it for multi-select option set. This is also mentioned in the Microsoft documents. So if you want to do any customization around multi-select option set, you have to go ahead and use JavaScript. Okay, the next question is, we have a JavaScript function which hides a particular field on change of a field, and we have business rules which triggers on the same action and shows the same field. Will the field be hidden or will it be visible? So basically the question is like, JavaScript is trying to show that field on the same action and business rule is trying to uh, I'm sorry, JavaScript is trying to hide the field and the same field your business rule is trying to show. So what will happen? So the answer here would be that the field would be visible, and this is because business rules are executed after your custom JavaScript. Okay, so I'll also tell that. So the sequence of running the script and business rule is, first your system JavaScripts are executed, then your custom JavaScripts are executed, and then finally your business rules are executed. So this is the flow basically. So if at all a JavaScript is trying to hide a field and business rule is trying to show the same field, the business rule will win here and the field would be visible. Then we have another question. We have, if we change a field value using JavaScript, how can we trigger a business rule attached to on change event of that field? So to achieve this functionality, we can go ahead and use a function named fire on change. So this is a function provided by Microsoft so that we can fire all the functions related to that particular field. As if we make a change using JavaScript and a business rule is attached to that field, it will not trigger. To trigger that, we have to explicitly write fire on change in our JavaScript. And another question we can think of is that if we want to call a JavaScript using business rule, is that possible? So the answer for that would be no, it is not possible to call a JavaScript function from a business rule. So these were all the questions and the concepts I wanted to cover. So thank you for watching my video and do subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot.